For those of you that are watching, welcome to this presentation. I'm Danny Kneemeyer and I was in Team M4 with Tijmen de Jong and Jos Bouwhuis. We made a dashboard for the management layer of the Utrecht University. The management layer right now is wasting time looking through year-end reports on their website, which is very unstructured and chaotic, so they don't have the right data at the right time. This is why we built a dashboard, so they can have the right data in the right format at the right place in the right time. We divided the data up into 4 different categories. General stuff, data about publications, about staff, and about students. I'm going to go over these categories one by one. First up, the general. In the general tab on the dashboard, we divided it again into 2 categories. Stuff about CO2 emission and about public events. First off, the CO2 emission. The Utrecht University wants to become CO2 neutral by 2013, which is great for the environment. They also set out a 2020 goal of 33% decrease compared to 2010, so they can easier get the target. As we can see on the graph on the left, we mapped out the emission levels as well as the 2020 goal together with a linear variant of the CO2 emission. We can compare the data of 2015 to all the previous years to see whether we have improved in 2015 or in 2014. As we can see, the CO2 emission in 2014 was 9% lower compared to 2015. This was because in 2015 it was considerably colder, so we had to heat the universities more, which resulted in more CO2 emission. On the right we can see the rest of the public utilities usage, such as natural gas and water usage. And completely on the right we can see the energy efficiency index, which indicates how well we are going about with our energy. This is decreasing, which is pretty good. At the bottom we can see the public events per year. The Utrecht University is here for everyone and they really want to promote that. So they decided they want to have more visitors at the public events and they want to have more public events in general. While we couldn't find data on public events attendance, we could find data on public events. So we set that out in a graph on the bottom left as well. We compare this to 2016 because 2017 has not yet completed, so it only has roughly half of the events that are planned. As we can see, we had 8% less events in 2015 compared to 2016. 8% more events, excuse me. On the right we can see an overview of which faculty roughly did which event. We can have a grand total if we select all years here, but we can also drill down to year level and we can even drill down to quarter level. All the really small faculties have been conglomerated into one category named Other, as to increase the visibility. Moving on to the publications. The Utrecht University is a knowledge company, so they want to promote this. They want to have more publications each and every year, and the quality of those publications has to increase each and every year. Which is why we mapped out the publications on the left together with a trend line to see whether it is increasing. As we can see, in 2015 we had a small dip, but we're still going strong as it is increased in 2016 again. Again, we can compare this to 2016, so we can see we had 5% less publications in 2015 compared to 2016. In the middle we can see the publications by research department. As we see here, medicine, social sciences, and biochemistry, genetics, and molecular biology are far out the most popular research departments to make publications in, whereas research departments such as decision sciences or even dentistry are far less popular. On the top right we can see this visualized in a word cloud which shows all the most popular keywords per year. As we can see, social sciences, it has human, adult, male, female, child, and as for medicine, it features terms like brain, veterinary, cytology, genetics. So those are accurately represented. In the bottom right, we can see the amount of papers that are published with international partners and the papers that are published with research institutes such as KNV or TNO. Moving on to the staff tab. As I said earlier, the Utrecht University is here for everyone. So they really want to have as much male personnel as female personnel. However, the amount of female professors is in very bad contrast to the amount of male professors. As we can see, there are only 18% female professors now. So the Utrecht University wants to increase this to 27.5% in 2020, which is what we mapped out in the graph over here. We mapped out the amount of female professors right now to the goal in 2020, along with a trend line. And as we can see from the trend line, we can easily say that we will make that goal. We also mapped this out for promovendi, for working personnel, which are the regular staff members and teachers, and the student assistants, which are also kind of part of the staff. We can see from the trend line that the promovendi are steadily decreasing, the female promovendi, so the Utrecht University needs to step in and promote this more. Moving on to the last tab, the students tab, which is the staff and the researchers of the future. It all starts with the students, so we need to make sure that everything goes well with them. And this all starts at the beginning, which is the new students. As we can see in 2016, 4,500 new master students and 6,300 new bachelor students, which is amazing. However, as we can see to the right there, the amount of bachelor students has been slowly decreasing over the year. This is not bad per se, as long as the quality of the university remains the same or even increases. However, some faculties like social sciences are slowing down in their growth and even decreasing. And also faculties like Rebo are decreasing. As we can see in the bottom left, we also want to become more international as a university, which is why the university pushes international students to come and study here. The Utrecht University wants to have 10% foreign students by 2020. We could only find the data of foreign bachelors, however, as there's a higher percentage of foreign masters, we will most likely get the goal of 10% international students in 2020. What's also very important is as few dropouts as possible after the first year, which is why we also map this out per faculty along with a total average, which takes a weighted average of all the faculties. As we can see, the faculty University College Utrecht is doing very well with almost no dropouts at all. However, the faculty Geesteswetenschappen, which is health sciences if I'm correct, it's decreasing and it has decreased to 70%, which is really bad. So the Utrecht University really needs to look into those faculties. However, faculties like the geosciences and social sciences are doing very well and they're steadily increasing. So less attention needs to be focused on those faculties. On the right, we can see the biggest studies, the highest rated studies, but also the smallest studies and the lowest rated studies. Especially the lowest rated studies need very, very much attention, such as the Master Theology and Religion Sciences. It only scores a 1 out of 5, so the Utrecht University really needs to look at those studies. This has been an overview of our dashboard. I hope you had enough information. I'd like to thank you for listening to me, and I wish you all a very nice holiday. Bye bye.